This is Broadcast Obituaries, Gone Too Soon. We exhume a short-lived TV series, episode by episode, give it a proper eulogy, and answer the burning question, was it canceled too soon or not soon enough? Analysis, nostalgia, and our final verdict on TV's fallen heroes.
Hey everyone, I'm Rob.
And I'm Aaron, and welcome back to another wonderful, amazing episode of Broadcast Obituaries. We were literally just talking. We are officially an international podcast. So we insert applause, right? I wanted to say like, hey editor, insert applause, but it's just Rob. So Rob, insert some applause.
Just say my name, man.
Go from there.
Yeah.
Yep. But we picked up listeners in France and Hong Kong. And Hong Kong 100% could have been an accident. Somebody just maybe clicked and and to the less than 1% of a person in Canada, thanks for trying. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Every partial percent counts.
That's right. It all adds up.
Keep listening.
That's right. Yep. So we're back today to talk about episode, I'm going to get this right, Rob, 6 of Kindred the Embraced, Bad Moon Rising. This is it's a pretty interesting episode. I'll read the summary and then maybe we'll go back in time. So
We'll see.
Bad Moon Rising aired Wednesday, May 1st, 1996. Caitlin's own secret past is revealed when she falls into a trap set by Jealous Lily.
Jelly Lily.
We should call her Jealous Lily.
Yeah,
Jelly Lily. Meanwhile, the Kindred must deal with an evil Nosferatu who is terrorizing the city. That terrorizing the city, I don't know, summary.
A bit of a stretch.
Terrorizing a baby, maybe, but...
Right. Terrorizing one small family.
Yep.
But boy, is he doing it. He is really terrorizing that poor mom and her baby.
He's great.
Yeah.
Nosferatu. So before we jump in, Rob, do you want to take us back in time to May 1st, 1996?
I do. Let's go back in time.
Back in time. Back in time. Back in time.
So today we're going to look at the box office. But because the charts have not really changed that much, we're going to look at some of the movies that came out in the week prior to this episode. Remember, these episodes come out on Wednesdays. May 1st was a Wednesday. We're going to look at what came out the weekend before, and we're also going to look at a couple movies that came out the weekend after, just so that we can see what was going on at the time. Okay? So April 26th, one movie that we have here was called Cemetery Man. It's a horror film. Do you know this?
Doesn't ring a bell.
I have a little description for each of these, and I think this is an international movie. It might be an Italian movie, but it says Everett plays a beleaguered caretaker of a small Italian cemetery who searches for love while defending himself from dead people who keep rising again. I don't think it's a horror comedy, but it sounds a little funny.
It does, yeah. And every time you say love, you're
love.
like, love.
Yes. Yeah. So I included that. We've talked about a lot of horror movies, so I thought I would just throw that in.
Yeah, that's good. I'm going to have to look that one up. I bet it's on Tubi.
Probably. I didn't even look. I was on there earlier today, and I didn't even check. Also, April 26th, we had Mulholland Falls, not to be confused with Mulholland Drive, the 2001 David Lynch film. But Mulholland Falls was a neo-noir crime thriller. It starred an ensemble cast featuring the likes of Nick Nolte, Jennifer Connelly, we've mentioned her.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Madsen, may he rest in peace. And Melanie Griffith, Andrew McCarthy, and we've also mentioned Mr. Treat Williams. He was in this movie. You talked about him when you talked about Dead Heat.
Yeah, Dead Heat.
Yeah.
But no, Joe Piscopo was not in this
Joe
movie.
Piscopo failed to make this movie here.
Oh, that's too bad.
John Malkovich, however, was also in this movie. I used to really like John Malkovich. Don't see him much these days, but
he's older. He's the other side of retirement at this point, I bet.
Absolutely. Right. Enjoy it, John. The third one, I've only got 3 movies here. The third one from April 26th, it's called The Quest.
Ooh, Jean-Claude Van Damme.
You got it.
Heck yeah.
He starred
this
in
was
it and directed it. He starred and directed this movie.
It's a weird movie.
It was set in the 20s. It's about a man who is sold into slavery. So what does he do? He enters a martial arts tournament to earn his freedom back. Sounds like a variation on Bloodsport, Kickboxer. Like, it
Same.
is his thing.
Yeah, same difference. Just the setting in the 20s. Honestly though, there's probably some real, as I'm thinking about it, some real kung fu influences in the quest for him.
Sure.
Because there's a lot of period piece kung fu movies that take place in the 30s and 40s, and so he was probably just on that, an American version of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, weird movie. I saw that in theaters.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. I remember walking out of the theater going, I don't know. It's like, I don't know about that one.
All right. So that was what came out the weekend before this episode of Kindred. I've got 3 that came out for the week after. The first one I have is The Craft. Nev Campbell. It's a teen supernatural horror film, very popular at the time. 4 outcast teenage girls pursue witchcraft for their own gain and experience negative repercussions. So I've never seen this one. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah, it's good. It feels like a 90s movie. We rewatched it. It's probably been a few years back for Halloween, and it does. It belongs in the 90s. Okay. It's 100% 90s. It's cool. So it's good though.
I like 90s. Yeah. Another one we had was The Great White Hype. This was a sports comedy film. It was about boxing. Do you know it?
I know it, but I've not seen it.
Okay. Yeah. I'm familiar with it. Like, I've heard of it and whatnot. And it stars a great lineup. It has Samuel L. Jackson, always awesome. Damon Wayans, Jeff Goldblum, John Lovitz, Cheech Marin, Jamie Foxx. Like, it's got a great cast. And it's about boxing, and it's a sports comedy. So I'm not familiar with it, but honestly, I kind of want to watch it now. Just to see what it's about. But the third movie we have here from May 3rd, there were a lot of superhero movies coming out back in the 90s before the MCU and the DCU. Pretty much DC had Batman in the 90s. Superman was in the 80s. There really wasn't much else. This is even before X-Men and Spider-Man started coming out. So there wasn't Marvel or DC. What we had was Barb Wire.
Yes. I honestly thought that's what you're going to say. A little Pamela Anderson action.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Pamela Anderson and Tamara Morrison, which is a name you might not recognize, but he was in Star Wars. He played Jango Fett, Boba Fett, and every clone whose face we ever get to see.
Yeah. I didn't know who this was, but
yeah. Yep. Yeah. So, that was a fun movie. I saw that when it was fairly new on TV, like the totally TV version. So, but it was fun. And that's what we had for superhero movies in the mid 90s. We didn't have all the huge special effects and flying and cool powers. We had Barbed Wire, and Pam Anderson was awesome in that. So good for her.
Yeah. Yeah. She was riding the Baywatch fame train still at that point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And you're 100% right. Cause the only other big superhero movie of the 90s that I can really think of, not counting Batman, that franchise, is Spawn.
Sure. Yeah. They were all Image Comics or Dark Horse. We've talked briefly about Time Cop. That was based on a Dark Horse comic book. Different things like that. So we had a lot of the indies, but we also had things like The Shadow and The Phantom and Mystery Men. There were a lot of superhero movies. They just weren't part of the big franchises.
No. They were more original too.
Right. Exactly.
Right? Yeah. Very enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked them all.
Darkman.
Well, anyway, that's back in time. So those are the movies coming around here, and we got to talk a little superheroes action. That's what I had for this week.
Yeah, that's cool. That's fun. A little blast from the past. Man, Barbed Wire. Ooh.
Right.
I wonder how it stands up today.
I don't know. Haven't seen it in probably 30 years.
Yeah, and Pamela Anderson made a little bit of a comeback in the Naked Gun.
Yeah.
The remake.
Yeah.
Did you see that yet?
Yeah, we just watched it.
Yeah.
Within the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Enjoyable.
It was good. I mean, it felt like a Naked Gun movie. So.
Yeah. Yeah. It had a lot of similarities to the original, which was the best one of the originals, was the first one. And definitely had a lot of similarities to it in many ways. Felt good. I really liked it. I liked her. Yeah. She was great in it. Liam Neeson is great.
She was really good in it.
She was.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, did you know the bad guy in that movie, if you can picture him, Danny Houston?
Mm-hmm.
You picture him? He's Angelica Houston's brother.
Really?
I had no idea. Making him the uncle of Jack Houston, who is also an actor. He was in the new Ben-Hur, Boardwalk Empire.
I didn't see that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's in stuff. I like him.
That's cool.
Yeah, I didn't even know there was like the whole family there. She is his aunt.
Okay.
And Danny Houston is still the brother. So they're all related. They're all descended from John Huston, who was an American director. I'm not reading that from Wikipedia. I always call everyone by their nationality,
Sure.
like American.
Yeah.
An American director. Okay.
Hey, I was trying not to kill the illusion, so but you killed it for us. Way to go.
My bad.
You might just be AI. Are you AI?
No. How many fingers do I have?
That's good. Yeah. So last episode we did movie in a minute for Doll Man.
Yeah.
And I'm going to keep going down that path. Sweet. I've got another movie in a minute today, but I want to give a little bit of information on this franchise.
You've already given us your first movie in a minute has already been like 5 to 10 minutes. Are you going to give us more that should have gone with that? Are you extending your original Doll Man movie in 5 minutes to like movie in 6 minutes now? Okay.
No. I don't think so. I don't think so. But what I want, I guess. No, this is something interesting. So yeah. So in a minute, okay. So that'll be the movie in a minute. But watching this, I started realizing I was missing something. I didn't know who this detective lady was that shows up. She gets this weird montage at the beginning. I didn't know who this other doll-sized woman was who shows up in this movie. So I had to stop like 15 minutes in and figure out what on earth was going on. So this was the Doll Man franchise at this point with the second movie became like a crossover, like the first Marvel Cinematic Universe thing.
Awesome. The Doll Man Cinematic Universe. The DCU.
Yep.
Oh, wait.
The DCU.
That's taken.
Wait. You're right.
Sorry.
Yeah. But so Demonic Toys was a franchise that had already started about toys that are possessed by demons and they're trying to do something.
Yeah, makes sense.
So they cross over here. And then the love interest in this movie was from another Full Moon production called Bad Channel, where aliens come to Earth, shrink women, store them in bottles to take them to their planet. And she gets left behind. So it's pretty cool because I'm watching this one and I'm like, I feel like I'm supposed to know who these other people are or what's happening because I had no idea. So I just need to set the tone for that. Then I am going to go down a Full Moon Productions movie in a minute pathway. I'm going to watch all of these movies. Awesome. I'm going to watch Bad Channel, Demonic Toys, the rest of Doll Man. Then there's one more movie. So
that's awesome. The Full Moon Cinematic Universe. We're going to explore the entire FMCU. FMCU. I can't wait to hear about it. It's the FMCU.
Yep. So anyway, so if you want a movie in a minute, I'm prepared.
I definitely, dude, I always want a movie in a minute.
I know. And I'm trying to get back in the habit. So I'm going to try to get through this one. Not a whole lot happened here. My biggest issue is I'll get stuck on how campy and hilarious it was. So I got to push past those.
That's right. All right. Are you ready then?
Yeah. Yep. I'm ready.
All right. It's a movie in a minute in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. Doll Man versus Demonic Toys picks up with Brick Bardo hearing about this woman who was shrunk by aliens. He calls her this cute little ginger that got shrunk to his size. And he's going to go find her to see what's going on. She's a little hottie. Just got to put that out there. But at the same time, Demonic Toys come back. And these toys are trying to find the same woman because they want to have a ritual that will turn one of the demons into a human. And it'll bring about the end of the world. So Brick Bardo gets involved with this woman, and he has to save her from the Demonic Toys. There's a clown that's Jack in the Box, worm thing. There's a baby doll. There's a robot. There's a G.I. Joe. There's some really cool action scenes where Brick Bardo's fighting these things because they're his size. So these aren't toys to him. They're like life size for him. That's really it's not even 60 minutes. I didn't even need a minute.
What? Seriously?
Because it's not even a 60-minute movie. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And that's how it goes. Of course, he saves the day in the end, right? Awesome. It's Brick Bardo. So, but really good, really entertaining.
Does Tim Thomerson play Brick Bardo just like he plays, what's his
name?
Jack Death from Trancers?
Same character.
That's awesome.
Same exact character. Yep.
That's awesome. That's what I was picturing. That's cool.
Yep.
That's cool.
Same guy.
All right. Yeah. Sounds interesting. What, as you explore the FMCU here, what movie are you going to tackle next? Are you going to go back and watch those other ones before you go to the next Doll Man?
I'm going to go straight to the next Doll Man because I don't believe the next Doll Man ties into anything. So I think that sequel was where the tie-ins happened. So after that, I'll go back and I'm going to do Bad Channel. and then I'll do the Demonic Toys movies. And I think they're all on Tubi. So if anybody wants to check them out, go check them out. I mean, these are real treats.
It sounds fun.
So,
it sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But it also sounds like you're watching these, like it's like you're watching Captain America 1, 2, and 3, and then you're going to go back and watch, Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
Like,
pretty much.
We'll see what happens when you get to.
The
3.
The tie-ins are loose. They even retconned Bad Channel because from what I read, from what I read at the end of Bad Channel, I think her name is Ginger. She's like made normal size again, but they retconned it for this Doll Man movie where she still is shrunk.
Nice.
So, and some of the special effects are pretty good. I'm pretty sure it's all practical. So they built like a giant countertop with a giant clock radio and a giant plate, and it looks so good. I'm like, there's no way they just did some like rotoscoping on this. Like, she's got to be standing on a giant platform with these giant props around her. Cool. So it's pretty cool.
Nice. I'm gonna have to check them out.
I'm here for it.
I'm gonna have to check them out.
Yeah, it's worth it. So.
I've got so much time invested in the MCU and this new DCU. I don't know if I can also get into the FMCU. I'll try. I'll try.
Yeah, all the cool kids are doing it, Rob.
Yeah, you're right.
So, yeah. All right.
Cool. Well, thanks for that movie in a minute.
Yeah, I mean, you're welcome. I did a better job, but I'm lucky that it was about as long as the episode was that we're going to talk about today. So
that helps.
Yeah. So.
All right. Yes, you want to take us into what are we talking about here? Kindred. You want to take us into Kindred episode 6?
Yeah. So Bad Moon Rising. So this one's pretty cool. We're seeing that transition. If the show had gone on was this a thing in the 90s for TV shows where they would spend the first few episodes with a big arc to like hook people? So we saw it in Earth 2.
Yeah, it sure seems
with Gaul. We saw it here with Eddie Fiore. You get 4 or 5 episodes in, that story's done, and then you get on to like the Freak of the Week episodes, right? I feel like that's what we would have started seeing here, because this was definitely a Freak of the Week thing.
It definitely is. But what we missed here, because they left out that episode that we skipped, Night Stalker, that was also a Freak of the Week episode. So
yeah.
I watched like 20 or 30 minutes of it on accident. I can confirm it was a Freak of the Week, and it should have been the 3rd episode. So I think more their plan is probably to have some small arcs interspersed with Freak of the Week type of vampire type of stuff.
Right.
But we'll never know. But you're right. It does feel like, I mean, so far we're 2 for 2 on the shows that we're rewatching here. And that is definitely
there's a pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, like in the summary, this whole episode centers around this evil Nosferatu that comes back to town. So this one was pretty interesting to me, that it opens on Julian, who's just doing newspaper man stuff. That's how I put it in my notes. He's got like all the editors together for the newspaper.
Yeah, at his house.
At his house, having a meeting, telling them that he wants them to be more like real journalists and not sensational journalists.
Right.
So
this meeting lasts for 2 minutes, if that.
Yeah.
And he forced all of the editors from the paper to come to his house to hear him say 3 sentences. What the heck?
Yep.
I'd be mad if I was one of those guys. I'd be like, drag me out here, and you didn't even give me snacks.
Well, exactly. Yeah, and they didn't look happy. No. Like, not a single person in that room made any kind of facial expression, except for Caitlin. There. So just blank face the whole time.
Yep.
But the whole hook with this, though, was to get Caitlin and Lily in a room together. And Lily walks in. She's setting up flowers. As soon as this meeting's over, she comes to set up some roses in this meeting room. And Caitlin's like, "Oh, it was so surprising to see you here." And Lily's like, "Well, I live here."
Why are we just finding out that she lives there?
Super weird. I didn't get it.
Weird.
It's for the drama, Rob.
It blew my mind. I expected her to walk away and Julian to be like, "She doesn't really live here. She just stopped by to."
I can't get her to leave. I don't know what her deal is.
She doesn't really live here. But no, she lives there. She really does.
She lives there. Yeah. Which was news, because we have never seen her at his house before, except for a conclave.
Well,
like I'm pretty
back in the pilot. Remember, Julian and Lily were having some sexy time when Archon walked in to tell him about his grandson dying.
Sure, but I didn't think that meant that she was living there. I thought that was just
right.
You know,
right.
So
I agree.
Pretty interesting, but
Blew my mind, honestly, and it's such a silly little thing. But I was just like, "Are you kidding me? What do I even know about this show?"
Yeah, I don't even know who Julian is.
I don't even know who you are anymore, man.
But it stands out because it's surprising, and it's obviously there because the only real subplot you have here is more of Lily being jealous of Caitlin, and that kind of kicks in. But so we cut to a park, and this is where we get to see the real star of the movie, Ruth and her baby. Does the baby even have a name? Ruth is the mom. Oh yeah, okay. I just forgot it then.
Yeah,
but
we know the baby is Jessie. We know that pretty early. We don't know the mom's name for a long time.
Oh, it's forever. Yeah, I think until she talks to Frank at some point and you hear it.
Yeah.
Or maybe Caitlin.
One of the two. Yeah.
Yeah, one of those two. Yeah.
Yep.
But mom, Ruth, is playing with baby Jessie in the park. The only ones in the park.
Yep. No one's
in
around.
A secluded spot over by some trees.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't seem very safe. Like, I wouldn't take my baby to a park like that. Probably I'd want to be more in the open.
Well,
but,
Ruth is the mother of the year, obviously, because she leaves her child over by these trees where even if there's not people, there could be animals, and goes back to the car.
Yeah. Baby Jessie starts throwing a fit. She's like, I know what you need. And she sets her baby down.
You need your banky. I'm going to go get it. I'll leave you here.
Yeah.
Hope no critters come out of the woods.
Well, no critters do, but a Nosferatu does.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So she turns around to look at baby Jessie, and she sees this creepy Nosferatu like hovering over the bassinet that she's got down there.
Yeah.
And she starts screaming, leave my baby alone. Stolen.
Gone.
Vampire ate my baby.
That's right.
Wait, it's a dingo? Does that work?
Yeah, dingo saved
It's a dingo aim. Yeah. So baby's gone, and Ruth is just at her wit's end. And she runs in and tells the police about it. That's where we get to see Frank and Sonny, like way sooner than we've seen them in previous episodes.
Yeah, they're actually involved in the story a little bit.
Yeah, which is pretty nice. She's telling them, monster took my baby. Nobody believes her. Well, Frank does. Right. And I'm sure Sonny knows, right? But they're trying to play it off.
He definitely acts like she's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we'll just leave it there. Not really a lot happens. They take it under advisement. That's what that is. So we go to Julian and Caitlin's date. There's no dessert again. So dessert being present between the two of them means if there's dessert, Julian ain't getting any. And if there isn't dessert, there's a chance.
There's a chance. Yep. I literally have in my notes here, there's no dessert. So,
yeah.
Same thing
she makes it a point.
It's crazy. Yep.
Yeah, she literally makes it a point.
I'm afraid there is no dessert.
Depends on what you call dessert.
He was excited.
Yes.
So they're macking, and the phone rings, and there's been a reporter at the police station who caught wind of this kidnapping, and she tells Caitlin about it, and Caitlin wants to run the story. And Julian hears all about it. So you get that cool head turn where Julian's like listening, and he turns his head and he's like, oh no, that's a Kindred.
He barely has to do any work anyway, because she conveniently repeats everything that she hears. A kidnapped baby? What? A bald guy? Like a monster? Funny eyes? Big ears? Pointy teeth? I'm exaggerating. It's not quite that bad. But she's reading it and he's like, huh?
What? Oh,
huh? Oh no!
Oh no!
Yeah, like
not the masquerade,
right? It's being threatened.
Yeah. It's good. So
it's funny.
Yeah. So
she
also
also tells him in there right before the phone rings that she can't be close to anyone, and she can't be intimate with him, and she has a problem where she gets close in a relationship, and then she stops and she pushes away. So that's a subplot of this episode.
Yeah, and I've got a bone to pick with that when we get there.
Okay.
That annoyed me.
We just got there, bro.
No, when we get there with Camilla,
the other part.
Meet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, so we cut to a conclave, I guess. No, I skipped. He's talking to Deadsy and Archon.
Yes, but even before that, we're back at the police station. This is not an important scene, but there was something I wanted to say about it. So I assume this is why you skipped.
That's probably why I left it out. Yeah.
Yes. No, she's working with a sketch artist to draw a picture of the kidnapper. And it's Uncle Fester. I don't know if it's just me, but she's drawing Uncle Fester from the Addams Family. The old black and white one. And he
I'll have to
looks
go look
like
it up now.
he's wearing a cloak that makes him look just like Uncle Fester. And he's a little chubby and bald. And he looks like freaking Uncle Fester running around on the screen. Anytime he doesn't look
I didn't
terribly...
connect it.
Like sometimes he looks mad and angry, but other times he looks like he's making a joke. And I'm just like, that's Uncle Fester. It's Fester. So not from the movies, Christopher Lloyd, he's a different Uncle Fester. He looks a little different here, but the original one from the original TV show back in the 60s or 70s.
Oh, I didn't notice.
Uncle
I'll have
Fester.
to look at it. I'll have to go look at it again. That's funny you bring that up though. Cause I don't think I even paid attention to the sketch. Just, she was like, no, the ears were pointing or stuff. And I was like, oh,
right.
whatever,
Right.
So I wasn't.
Yeah. So along with that scene, just the police actually suspect her in the disappearance of her own baby. And I'm a little upset with Sonny because he kind of pushes that narrative and he knows it's a Kindred.
He knows better, but he's trying to protect the masquerade.
Yeah. But that might result in poor Ruth going to jail, if it pans out that way.
Yeah.
So it's a big shame. So Frank says he's going to go see his buddy, Julian Luna. They're just not even hiding anymore. They're besties.
They're best friends.
Yeah.
Same here. Same thought. So, that's fine. There's like some moral implications about the Kindred protecting the masquerade, but not wanting to do harm to humans.
Yeah. It's a little twisted. Being really
willing to throw a mother under the bus.
Yeah. Right.
So, like, okay.
Yeah. So Frank says he's going to talk to Julian, but Sonny gets there first somehow. And he's showing Archon and Julian that police drawing, and that's when they recognize.
And that's there, right. And it's not a conclave, but it's
just the couple I'm talking.
Yeah. So Dead Z gets involved in this conversation. I really like Dead Z in this episode, by the way.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah, he did a good job.
I'm gonna insert Dead Z's scream right there from the last episode. Yes. I am putting that
every chance you get, Rob. Every chance you get. I showed my son that just because I wanted to see what he thought. He thought it was hilarious.
Nice.
He's 10 and he was like, this doesn't fit. He's like, it's really weird.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But yeah, so they learn that a banned Nosferatu named Goth has returned, and he must have done the blood ritual and reverted to his primitive form, which as far as I can tell is just lizard-like eyes.
Yeah.
He looks just like a Nosferatu. I can't see.
Pointier ear.
He's maybe stronger.
The ears are a little pointier.
Yeah.
Dead Z's are just round on top.
This is true. Yeah. So I don't know. But I think fangs, this is the first time.
He has fangs. Do they normally have
all
fangs?
The time?
Yeah, he has them all the time.
When they go to, when like we've seen we've seen Dead Z, when he is going to feed, he'll, what do you call it? Engage his fangs. Is it engage?
Sure.
I don't know what you
engage.
Say. Engage. Engage the fangs.
Make it so.
Yeah. But yeah, they're really kind of afraid of Goth. He's stronger, tougher. He's not your average Nosferatu. So they're really worried that he's back. So of course, Julian sends Cash and his gang girls to find the baby. That's their job now. And that's kind of where that scene wraps up there. We get to cut Frank and Julian talking about the Goth. Frank just doesn't ever seem to get it that he cannot fight vampires. And Frank's like, you got to follow my laws and I'm going to do it my way. And Julian's like, you're going to die.
Right.
Like 100%. If you do this, you're going to die.
Julian cracks me up in this scene. Like Frank's like, I want a name.
I don't rest till I find this kid and the Kindred that took him. Now I want a name. You want his name? Goth. Does that help you? Even if I could tell you where he is, you'd never find him. And even if you did, he'd kill you. That's just a fact.
Yeah, and you can even see it on Frank's face. He's like, like just a first name? Like Prince, right? Just,
what am I going to do with that?
Yeah, Frank just kills me. He wants to be such a good cop, but you're so out of your element when you're fighting the supernatural. It's like, what are you going to do?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's going to be like, what's he going to do if he actually catches Goth? When he caught, what's his name? Zane. When he caught that guy, he took him to Julian. He's like, my laws can't deal with him. You've got to deal with him. What's he going to do with Goth? It's even worse.
Well, but he thinks his laws apply now. So, yeah, it's just all over the place. Like, Frank's a very one-dimensional character.
Yeah.
So Frank's got his warning. We'll see what he does with it. I was going to skip over this part, but I think it lays some groundwork for Caitlin's story later. Because Ruth, I put the baby mama, stops at the newspaper to talk to Caitlin, and she's looking for help. And Ruth pours into Caitlin all of her past. My parents didn't want me to have this baby. The dad left, blah, 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 but I did it anyway.
Yeah.
You see Caitlin crying, and you start to connect the dots there. Okay, this is why she's always making desserts for Julian. It's because she's got some not so good past with loving and something. So, but that's pretty much it there. Ruth learns that she's a suspect. She doesn't appreciate that too much.
She does not. She's a little upset about that. Them's the breaks, kid. It's how it goes.
Yep. Conclave happens. We don't need to talk a lot about that. They're going to go after Goth. It's a thing. There's still no Bruja Primogen, so the Bruja haven't elected a new leader. We get like a split second of Sasha and Cash and their drama.
Right.
They still love each other, but they can't do anything about it.
Right.
So coolest part, I think, of the episode is Desi's talking to all the Nosferatu. He's telling them that Goth is back and they're going to try to stop him. But Goth shows up literally just to egg him on. Yeah. He just walks in to Julian's basement when everybody's looking for him. And it's fine.
Yep.
Like nobody knows he's there.
No big deal. And then he insults Desi right there in his own haven. Man. Does he spit on him?
Yeah. Spits on him.
He spits on him?
He gives a speech and says the Nosferatu are better than this. We're stronger than this. We should control with power. Spits on Desi.
Yeah.
He's getting the other Nosferatu all stirred up.
Yeah.
And they like what Goth is selling. Like
Right.
they're down with it.
Yeah, when Fester leaves, he takes like half the Nosferatu, if not more. Like they go with him.
Yeah, they go with him.
We never see them again, so they're a total non-factor. But
yeah, which blew my mind. Even at the end of the episode, I was expecting them to be there.
Yeah.
Nope. They're just gone.
Yep.
So so then we get Ruth and Frank running around the park looking for their baby. Or for her baby, not their baby.
Right. Her
Could
baby.
be Frank's baby.
She says, I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. Sorry.
Ribs. Oh man, she should have said that. It was time appropriate.
She did say, I want my baby back. I just want my baby back. And then I couldn't stop singing the song.
Thanks. Yeah. I still need to watch this episode with my wife. So now that's when I start laughing at that scene. She's like, what's funny?
Yep.
Yeah.
There's nothing funny about a mom looking for her baby. Oh, yes, there is.
Yeah, there is. When she wants that baby back.
If you could hear what's in my head.
Yep. So this is pretty cool. So Julian goes to talk to Desi, and this was pretty important because Desi basically tells Julian, like, Nosferatu aren't going to support you in this. You're kind of on your own, but he's still got Desi. And right before Julian shows up, Desi's pouring 2 glasses of wine, and he cuts himself, and he puts his blood in a glass of wine.
Yeah.
And then very secretly, like with a nod and a wink type secretly, offers Julian a glass of wine, and Julian drinks it, but he doesn't just, he chugs this stuff down.
Yeah. Bottoms up.
And so this is, it's becoming apparent that maybe just the Nosferatu are just stronger than any of the other clans in general.
Yeah, I think so.
Right? So, and I think he's trying to give Julian a heads up by giving him some of his blood.
I think Julian understood that too. Like he looks at it and he's like, "Oh yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
I got you."
Nice, yeah. Little power up.
Here's one funny thing that happens that Desi says in this scene, but he says that Fester gets his power from the full moon.
Goth gains strength from the full moon. If it comes to a battle, keep his back to the moon. That will diminish his powers.
I'll remember.
Like, does the power of the moon come in through his eyeballs or something? Like,
why
does he have to have his back to the moon? If the moon is up, he should have the power. It was funny.
Right. I'm with you. I was going to mention it too, that it just seems ridiculous that that's all you got to do. If I want to see Julian like just holding Fester by the shoulders, just keeping his back to the moon the whole fight. That's all he's doing.
Right.
But
yeah,
it looks like it's a non-factor towards the end of the episode. Like I don't think Julian even tries to use it.
Right. I watched it twice and I could not find that where it made a difference.
Yeah. Yeah. So we get back to Frank and Ruth. Sounds like a candy bar.
Frank and Ruth.
With Frank and Ruth. Frank takes her out to dinner, basically just to tell her that vampires exist. That's really all we learn there.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything huge.
Also, is it just me, or is there only one restaurant in San Francisco?
The Nighthawk. That's it. It's just that one diner.
Yeah.
It's just that one diner. In all of San Francisco, that's it. And the only club is the Haven. That's
right.
it.
The Haven. Which
So,
I found it interesting. In this show, I have not heard the word haven used except for in relation to the club. But apparently that's where vampires go to hide. Like they talk about Goth going to his haven. And, and Deadsy says, you come to me in my haven. And then the name of the club makes a little more sense. The haven is like their safe space, their hideout, basically. I thought that was kind of neat.
Yeah. I'm glad you called it out because I thought about it, but I didn't think to bring it up for some reason.
It's a neat little touch.
Kind of important. So we cut now to Julian loading up a shotgun, getting ready for his fight. Lily tries to tell him, like, you're not a fighter anymore. You're a lover.
Yeah.
You know, the masquerade needs you. You can't do this.
She says that he's not the Ventru gunman anymore, and Archon isn't sending him out to do his dirty work. I thought that was pretty cool. Like, Julian used to be like the hitman for the Ventru. Yeah. That's cool.
So, and it makes me expect him to be more dangerous than he is. Yeah. Than he seems, if that makes sense. We'll talk about the fight scene at the end. So, yeah. And then, like, Caitlin shows up. Wait, maybe my notes are wrong here. Lily asks how he loves a human woman. Did you catch this? She's like, how could you love a human woman? And Julian says, it'll pass.
Yeah.
Just so flippantly, like, it's,
no big deal.
Just a moment in time.
Yeah.
Like, that's such a weird thing to say.
Yeah, forget about it. I'll be back in your bed before long.
Yeah. Cash shows up and says, hey, we found the haven. He says, we know where they're going to have the ritual. Archon gives Julian a cool sword. He's like, hey, the gun may not stop him. You might have to detach his head from his shoulders. I think that's how he puts it.
Separate his head.
Separate, yeah. Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything else in that scene. It was a cool scene.
So Lily, I forget who says exactly, but they're talking, and one of them is like, if any human goes anywhere near where this ritual has happened, they're going to be killed. And Lily's like,
she does perk up there.
Oh, really?
I've located the Vernastic stones. Good, where? Goth erected them in a remote clearing in the park. So they'll have to come out of hiding to perform the ritual? Yes, but any human who comes across them would be killed. The baby is she all right? We don't know.
So where is this clearing?
And then Cash is like, now here is exactly the directions that you need to get to the ritual site. And Lily's like, okay, you walk through the woods, you go to the waterfall.
You look for the waterfall, you go by the rocks, you take 10 steps this way, X marks the spot. Got it.
He gives exact directions, and she memorizes them because she's going to need them for the next scene.
Yeah. So she shows up at Caitlin's house, which was really weird. You should know something was up immediately that she even shows up at the house. I was like, this is weird. What are they doing? And Lily's been really, really nice to Caitlin, and they're chatting. She's there to offer a reward check from the newspaper if anybody can help them find the baby. $25,000 is what the Haven's going to put up for it.
Yep.
But really, it's just a ploy. They get some wine out, only red wine for Lily.
It's all I drink, apparently. She says.
Yep, it's all she drinks.
Yep.
And she puts some powder in it when Caitlin turns her back.
She roofies her.
She roofies her. Yep. And Caitlin falls asleep. I can't figure out what kind of powder this is because I feel like Caitlin.
Just kidding. It's not literally.
I don't know if that's. Yeah, it's like I don't know if that's how that works. I've never been roofied, so I don't know. I've never done it, so I don't know. But so Caitlin falls asleep, and Lily whispers into her ear as she's asleep, "You're going to find the baby, and here's exactly where to go. 5 steps from the waterfall. Go around the pile of rocks." Like she gives her the full instructions that she got from Cash.
You're going to be a hero.
Yep. But she clearly knows that she's just going to send Caitlin to her death.
Yeah,
that,
absolutely. That's her whole
Fester's
goal.
going to find her and dead. I can't believe I'm calling him Fester now. Thanks, Rob.
I love it. We should also mention there's also Fester's companion, Camilla. We barely mentioned her. I think you said her name once.
She's been mostly background.
She has, but they're a team, and it's important that they're together there.
Yeah.
There was a funny part of this scene right before she drinks her roofied wine when, like, she's getting ready to, and Lily says, "So, have you two made love yet?" And she's like, does the spit take?
What?
And they call us the mysterious sex.
Exactly.
Have you two made love?
And she just opens up to her about it.
Yeah. It reminded me of back in the first episode with Caitlin when she and Julian were interviewing each other, and he was like, "When was the last time you had a lover for more than one night?"
Yeah.
Like,
Do
these
vampires just do they just lose their tact?
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
I guess.
Yes.
Super straightforward.
They are very socially awkward creatures, apparently.
Yeah. I had that in my notes. That was messed up. That was a messed up thing to say. Just to come out like that. Yes, Julian finds he finds Fester in the park, and they have a little talk. You think the fight's going to happen right away, right? So the rest of this episode takes place in the park. So that might be a little bit out of order, but everybody's there. Frank and Ruth are at the park searching. Julian's at the park searching. Caitlin's at the park searching. That's why I said it might get a little out of order, because literally everybody's at the park at night.
It's basically like the movie It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, where finally everybody gets to the park at the end. They're searching for this buried treasure underneath the big W, and you see people running all over the scene. People go that way, they go that way, and it is hilarious in that movie, and it's pretty funny here in this episode too.
Yeah, because they never run in. Yeah, they never run into each other.
Right. They're all in the exact same space. Never see each other.
But yeah, Julian shows up with his shotgun. You know, Fester. I don't remember exactly how the conversation goes, but Julian decides not to shoot him immediately because he won't find the baby, because only Fester knows where the baby's at.
Yeah.
So Julian hands over all of his weapons, and he lets himself be taken prisoner. So he gets taken to the Haven.
He offers himself as a sacrifice in place of the baby.
Does.
He said, "Let the baby go and take me instead." Very noble.
Yeah, it's very noble. Yeah.
Or is it?
So it's a trap.
It's a trap.
So Caitlin sees Fester leaving through a door, and so she's like, "That must be where the baby's at." So she goes immediately to that door and goes in there, and she finds the baby and Camilla, the other Nosferatu.
Yep.
And this is the part where I have a bone to pick. So Camilla has a really sweet moment here where she's like, I miss raising children. Before she was turned into a Kindred, she had like 8 children. She loved the process of just having a baby, raising them, rearing them, doing the whole thing. And this is when Caitlin decides to open up to a total strange monster woman. She won't open up to anybody else, but she tells this woman all about her troubled past when she was 17. And she's going down the same path as Ruth. She got pregnant. Nobody wanted her to have it. Baby's dad didn't stick around.
Exact same story as Ruth.
Exact same story as Ruth. Only in this one, Caitlin gives the baby up, and she feels really terrible about it.
Yeah.
And Camilla feels for her, which was really interesting. Like I liked Camilla. She doesn't seem to be long with Fester.
No,
it's a little weird.
She is not a good. I don't understand how they're still partners. She seems compassionate and.
Right.
She still has the feelings of motherhood. They bond over motherhood here, and completely different than Fester, Goth, whatever we want to call him.
Yeah, I like Fester.
I don't get them together.
Yeah, it was weird, but the whole point of this was that Julian gets to hear about Caitlin's past, so he understands. And she's been so careful. Or sorry, this was from my notes. I just can't get over that she was so careful not to open up to anybody else, but. Like I said, a strange Nosferatu. It's just weird. But Camilla, Jedi mind tricks her and says, you won't feel these feelings anymore, and you'll be able to let it go, and you can move on from your past. And then Caitlin falls asleep.
Yeah. She also tells her to forget. Like, she'll have no memories of that night either. Anything that happened.
Yeah, she won't remember anything. Yeah. But then Julian convinces Camilla to let the baby go. He's like, this isn't you. It's not who you are. You wouldn't hurt a baby.
No.
And
never.
Sure enough, it works like a charm.
It really does.
She releases Julian. They take the baby. They're lucky because Frank and Ruth are wandering around in the park.
Yep, right there.
Aimlessly. And
fortunately, they even had like a bassinet hanging in a tree. They just
I was going to say,
the baby in it.
They hang a bassinet right there, and they're just like, we're just going to put the baby in here. And the only thing interesting about this is Camilla cries blood, and she touches her finger to it, and she touches a little drop of blood to the baby's mouth. And what does Julian say? Something like she's going to have a touch of the wild in her now.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
It's like, I don't know what that means, but that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
So little baby Jessie's going to be probably a vampire hunter when she grows up.
Maybe.
Now.
Yeah.
So, and I got to say, for a baby, every scene she's in, with the exception of the very beginning, she is completely okay being around the Nosferatu.
100%.
Just happy, wide-eyed, well taken care of.
Yeah. Yep.
Just
perfectly fine.
She looks like she's great. Yeah, she's great. She's fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, it works. Frank and Ruth find the baby, and Julian and Camilla go back to confront Goth at the ritual stones. Fester at the ritual stones. Julian does lay himself out for a sacrifice, but Julian's crafty. He says, "What would be better? Your power would be stronger if you defeated the prince rather than just killing him." So they get to have a little duel.
Yeah.
And they go to fight.
Yeah.
And I don't know. What do you think about this fight scene?
You know, when it starts, like I was super excited. Like Julian, like his nails grow. He's got fangs that come down. I was like, finally, full vampire. He's going full vampire. And then they kind of wrestle with each other. Like they're just rolling around on the ground. And then they kind of jump on each other a few times. And the fight itself was kind of a letdown. You know, everything between when he vampired out till the moment when he grabs Fester's
the axe,
axe, and lops his head off with his own axe. Everything in the middle was kind of a letdown. But and at no point did I see Julian trying to keep the moon to Fester's back.
No. Even when he's on top of him on the ground, it's like you got him on his back. You got the full moon on his face.
Sun's right in his face.
Yeah, you're gonna kill it. He's gonna kill you. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, and the only thing that you really see between the wrestling is Julian scratches Fester's face, and Fester's like, "Oh, you're stronger than normal.
New powers."
And Julian's like, well, "It's a gift from Deadsy."
Yeah, I did not put that together the first time I watched it. I didn't even think about him drinking that blood until there.
Right.
But the scene where he's actually drinking the blood, nothing about it even crossed my mind. The second time through, I was like, "Oh, I get it. That's he's giving him his powers. I got it. Cool."
Yeah,
it's a lot of head chopping off in the last few episodes. That's like the third one.
Seems like a good way to dispatch a vampire, though.
I guess it is. You know what's funny? Since the first episode, we have not seen anyone stake through the heart. Really, since the opening scene of the first episode, or combust into flames.
Oh yeah, you're right. The pilot was the only place we saw that, I think.
Yeah.
Fester does get staked. So before Julian beheads him, he does stake him in the heart. But they said that it's probably not going to be enough for this guy. You're going to have to
take the head.
Yeah, to get him. So, so Fester dies. Julian saves the day. Baby Jesse is safe. And then Julian takes Caitlin home, and they have their dessert.
Finally. She wakes up. She's ready for dessert.
She doesn't know how she got there, but she's let all that baggage go because of Camilla.
Yep.
And she's like, "Come get your white chocolate." And that's that.
Ironically, it almost doesn't matter that he overheard her backstory, because whether he heard it or not, she was going to be ready to move forward at this point.
Right.
And like he was even trying to get out of there. He's like, "No, you had a stressful day. I shouldn't stay. I need to get going." And she's like, "No, I just need to be near you." And he's like, he really tries to be the gentleman and be like, she's just feeling these weird effects. It's not right. I should get out of here.
Yeah.
But she is persistent.
She is.
Yeah. She gets what she wants.
That's right.
Woman gets what she wants. And she wanted that dessert. Yep.
Yeah. So that's the end of the episode. The pan out through Caitlin's window, I fully expected. I was even writing in my notes, and Lily's watching from the bushes, but Lily doesn't show up. I was fully expecting it to happen, though. But it doesn't happen. So
it does not. And like Julian must know that she sent her there. How else would Caitlin get there? Like he's got to suspect.
Well, he does. Yeah, there's something that happens when Caitlin and Camilla are talking, and there's a hint towards that, and I think Julian knows. I think he's like, "Oh crap, Lily did it again."
She did it again.
So
Jelly Lily,
Jelly Lily. Yeah. So that was the episode. What'd you think, man? Where are you at on this one?
So to me, if I'm looking at the story and everything here, this was an okay episode, middle of the road. But there are things about this that I really liked. What I really liked was the vampire lore and the history. Like we learned about Julian's past within his own clan. We got a lot of Nosferatu backstory, like their history. We didn't really cover it here, but they talked about how like a couple thousands of years ago, they were savages and all that. We learned a lot about like the vampires.
Yeah.
And I thought that part was really cool. We did get a full-on vampire fight finally, even if it was kind of underwhelming.
It's a soap opera fight.
It is. And we saw some fangs, we saw some claws. I was kind of cool with that. I was kind of bored with the story, but there were lots of really cool elements in there that I did really like. If I was going to rate it on a scale of 1 to 5 caskets, I'd give it like a 3, I'll say.
Okay.
Slightly above average.
Yeah. Yeah. My wrap up notes were the exact same. I loved all the background.
Yeah.
All the story we got was really cool.
Yeah.
Just the history. The story of itself for the episode was fine. They needed a catalyst to get through that stuff to lay the groundwork for the Nosferatu's past. And, this is a good way to do it. It was entertaining.
Although I think the primary purpose of the story was Caitlin and her background and her intimacy with Julian. I think that was the story. Everything else was to push that forward.
Yeah. And for me, that was my least favorite part. I was like, I don't care about that. Like,
well,
we knew they were going to get together. I don't.
Right.
So
you and I are definitely not in this for the soap opera. We're here for vampires.
We're not. Yeah. We want to see some cool vampire stuff.
Right. So that 100% explains why we both liked the lore and mythology of the vampires of this world. It makes sense. Yeah. That's the cool part.
Are we doing caskets or garlic?
I think we changed. Well, garlic, that was too confusing because garlic could mean it was bad.
Bad.
Right. So it's too confusing.
So we're on the caskets.
Caskets, I think, is where we landed. Sorry.
Okay.
That's my bad.
No, you're good. I'm okay with the shifting scale. It doesn't bother me. So I hope,
we could do something different every week.
Yeah, we could.
Literally. They'll be fine with it. If they're here, then they're fine with it.
I would give this one 2 caskets.
Yeah.
I mean, I was entertained. It was there, but I was really just waiting for the fight. Once I understood, I was like, oh, okay, Julian's going to throw down. That's all I wanted to see. And everything else just was awkward. I still have a lot of issues with continuity in the show. I know it's a soap opera drama and that it doesn't matter, but these vampires must feed all the time because they're always out during the day. It never seems to bother them.
All the time in the daylight.
Always out during the day.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I just don't get it. And what are they feeding on? Do they have to feed on humans?
I think so.
Or do they feed on each other? So how are they feeding on humans but protecting humanity? Like, we still haven't.
You can feed on a human without turning them or killing them.
Well, sure, but we haven't seen any of that happen. I think that's where I struggle.
Never once.
We don't see them feed. So I feel like it's like Earth 2 where we're pretty sure they're vegetarians. I'm pretty sure these vampires under Julian are like vegetarians, and maybe it's artificial blood or pig's blood or I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know how they live. So
the original True Blood, vampire blood supplement, whatever it was.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, or like even in Blade, they don't even have just like blood banks where they're getting blood, so they don't have to just straight up feed on humans, right?
Yeah.
Like, just give me something. Answer that question somewhere, somehow.
Yeah. We'll get that in episode 9. Oh, so close.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I agree. I've had the same question. Like, where are all the people they're feeding on?
But the original audience is probably not worried about that, but we are.
Right.
But the people they were marketing towards didn't give a crap.
No.
But I do.
Yeah.
So
it's funny. I feel like there maybe an issue with this show is that the people who like soap operas do not also like vampires, and the people who like vampires maybe also do not like soap operas. I feel like maybe that was an issue.
Right. It could be, and
those things.
Yeah, and the number of people that are playing the game, The Masquerade, is probably not enough to sustain an entire TV show on it. So.
The gaming community is relatively small.
Mm-hmm.
Like compared to TV numbers, and the people in the gaming community that are specifically playing this game, Vampire the Masquerade, cannot be enough to sustain a TV show. I'm sure they probably love this show because it meshed with what they were doing, but
it's not enough to keep it alive.
No.
Yeah. So that's where we're at. So our next episode, Cabin in the Woods.
Oh, good movie.
No, that's what I kept thinking too. I was like, we should watch that one. Cabin in the Woods aired May 8th, 1996. Caitlin takes Julian to a cabin in the woods for some romance, but the Bruja clan attacks. Frank is warned not to investigate the vampires. In order to prevent a vampire civil war, Archon takes responsibility for a crime from his past. So the Bruja are back.
Okay.
I have a prediction, and we won't get to see it, I know, because this is our second to last episode, right? Yeah. So,
well, this chronologically, this next one will be the last episode.
Is the last, right?
Is the last one chronologically?
Right. And then we have Night Stalkers. So
Yeah.
for us to watch, yeah. I think Sasha would eventually take over the Bruja. I think
had
she
the
would
same
become the
thought.
Primogen.
I had the exact same thought. We need someone else on the show that can be the foil to us because our thoughts align way too closely here. We're always in agreement, but I had the exact same thought.
Yeah. When I saw her in the scene with Cash and she was telling the other Bruja guys to just chill, I was like, she's gonna take over. She's gonna be the leader. You can tell.
Yep.
So
she's the newest one there, but she will be the leader.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because makes for good soap opera and drama.
Of course. Yeah. And then you have two of Julian's family lineage running two of the big clans.
Right.
You know, so she would probably eventually bring them in too. Like the whole thing. I don't know. So be cool.
I know. Right. Hey, if you're listening out there, I just want to say, and just to focus this down, if you're listening, check out our YouTube page. Go there, subscribe to the YouTube page, even if you don't watch our show on YouTube. Give a subscribe. It'll really help us out. You know, we're trying to boost our viewership. We want more people to pay attention to the show. I've been told that the best thing about our show, Aaron, is that there's no ads, which is kind of a letdown that that's the best thing about our show. But that's what I've been told. It's the best thing about our show. And if we want to keep this show completely ad-free, you know, because people are banging down our doors. They want us to advertise their products. If we want to keep this ad-free, then we need people to be watching our show on the YouTubes and the other places, you know, that way we don't have to try to sustain this through paid advertisements. So go to YouTube, subscribe. We put up shorts every day. They're mostly taken from these episodes, not all, but most. But they're bite-sized chunks. They're edited differently sometimes. It might be something you didn't see or didn't catch while you were listening. Check it out. They're pretty entertaining shorts, I feel, for the most part. And it really help us out if you do that. So, you know, just to kind of focus. A lot of times we give a call to go out and subscribe and rate and do all these things. Let's start with YouTube. Go look at YouTube, please. And, you know, just subscribe. And I hope you enjoy it. And tell your friends, you know. Yeah. We got to boost this show. 100%. We need your help.
Yeah. And, you know, we're talking about doing more bonus episodes. So we got more Trancers content right around the corner.
Yeah. We had a really good response from that first Trancers episode.
So
more coming.
We love doing it.
Yeah. It was great. And, you know, we're getting close to the end of season 2 here already. We're going to have to start thinking about season 3. Yeah. You know, so if you have thoughts, reach out to us. You know how to get us. You can comment anywhere that we're located.
Yeah. If there's a show you want us to watch, let us know.
Yeah, we'll consider it. We've got a pretty long list that we will never get through, but we can add any of your ideas to our list. So for consideration, we don't look beyond our one season. So we will, at the end of every season, so far anyway, we will completely reevaluate that list and see what we want to tackle.
Yep, 100%.
So let us know.
All right. Well, it's been good. Else? Another one in the bag. No, this is fun. It was. I mean, we had a lot to talk about in the episode today.
Yeah.
Not our favorite episode, but there were some cool elements to it. So
and lots of fun stuff to laugh at.
Yeah.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back.
Yep. So
some commercials will just never die. You know.
No, and then Austin Powers cements it. It's just cements it in your brain.
Yeah, that's true. Honestly, I forgot he did it.
Yeah.
I forgot.
So good.
Cool. All right. Well, hey.
All right, y'all. Thanks for listening,
everybody. Yeah, this has been awesome. So I've been one host, Rob.
And I'm Aaron. And tune in next time. I'll talk to you later. France took a big jump, so that must be, I'm assuming, Deezer.
Okay.
But we have Hong Kong now in our list.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah. So we are worldwide. We are international.
Seriously. All right. That's awesome.
France, Australia, Germany, Hong Kong, and Canada.
Man, if we could just get Antarctica, we might have a listener on each continent.
That'd be pretty cool.
If there's anyone out there listening from an Antarctic listening post, observational post, scientific post, whatever you call them, down where they filmed the thing.
Yeah.
Drop us a line. Let us know. We need to claim this listener on every continent.
Yep.
That's rough, because I got to tell you, most of the time when I walk out of a theater, for the most part, I'm like, cool, that was a movie. I liked it.
Yeah.
And a
Yeah.
day or two later, I might be like, man, that
Meh.
was not a great movie. So if you're recognizing right from the moment you saw it that it was not good, then it probably had some real issues.
I mean, better than the last Die Hard movie. So.
Well, we walked out of the theater laughing about that one. Like, it was not
John.
good. Yeah. John. That's one. I've been trying to find that, honestly. I wanted to watch it. I thought I could do I had a goal. I wanted to watch all of Sam Raimi's movies, and I was going to do a movie in a minute on every one of them as we get through them. But I can't find Darkman, which is one of his original ones. I might have to buy the stupid thing just to be able to watch it.
Yeah. Interesting.
So, yeah.
It's got to be somewhere on streaming.
You would think so. I'm sure I could pay for it. But we have so many streaming services, and there's free ones. Who wants to pay for something extra when we're already paying for so many things monthly?
Yeah.
This model.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Yeah.